Hello everybody, welcome to episode 1 of Moincruft Survival Edition. What I'm going to be doing is showing you guys how I go about setting up survival in, well, our good old friend Minecraft. You will note this is Minecraft version 1.11.12. I am going with the Java version because although the Windows 10 edition, which is basically Minecraft Pocket Edition, is coming a long way. They've got a lot of cool stuff in it. They don't quite have the full features that regular old standard Minecraft has, and so I'm going to be recording it on the classics. By the way, anybody who has had this issue with recording Minecraft in OBS, where Minecraft will crash the moment you try to load it up, I got around that. I switched the OBS settings to actually render with OpenGL, and that takes care of everything. It fixes the whole thing. You can do it in game mode, and it's great. So let's go ahead and start ourselves a new world, and I'm going to call this Recorded Survival, because this is what I'm recording. Now, normally I'll just take what I get, just take what comes and go with it, but I'm actually going to make a small adjustment, okay? Very, very minor adjustment, one customization, and that is I'm going to set it to be the plains biome. Now you can change a lot of other stuff here. You can change how much dirt and gravel and granite and all that other stuff spawns, but that could be considered cheating, especially if you raise up the spawn tries on diamond and such. So I'm not going to do any of that. I'm not going to take out any of this stuff. I'm just going to make sure that I have the plains biome as what I start off with, because I feel like it's probably the best one for a beginner. It's as close to OG Minecraft as it gets. So let's get started. Create our new world, and let's just see what we've got. Couple priorities. Today's episode is just going to be focused upon setting up a home, a safe haven, and right off the bat we're right next to water. Now what I would love to have is a nice cliff to build into, a nice hill. But we've got to take things a little bit at a time. Oh, first thing to do, just check your inventory to get the achievement. All the other stuff you do after that, whatever, is fine. But if you don't check your inventory to get the achievement first, then you won't really get any other achievements. Now, on my way to what's going to eventually become my home sweet home, I want to collect a ton of wood. I mean, as much wood as I can possibly humanly get. It's going to be really important, especially in your first few moments, to have some wood. Another very lovely thing that I would love to see, but is completely randomized, is sheep. Sheep will just make your early starting in Minecraft so much easier, simply for the sole fact that they can provide you wool, and wool can be made into a bed. I don't want to go into a ravine just yet. That's going to be a little bit of a dicey suggestion for me. But what I'm looking for as far as prerequisites for where I'm building a home is a fairly high area. Well, mainly in that I've got a hill to build into, and the hill, with my hopes, is going to be, well, like that over there, actually. That's a pretty good looking area. Oh goody, and there's sheep. Actually, I'm going to take a moment here. Why did I do that? I'm going to take a moment here just to actually make a table and make a wooden sword, because it is that important for me to get sheep. Now, I'm going to take half of these and make them into sticks. Good. And let's go ahead and set down our table, and let's make ourselves a wooden sword. Again, I so badly want these sheeps right now. I want to get these wool, 3 wool off of the sheep. That is going to make so much easier for me to actually get productive when the time comes to it. One down. And it's also good to kill some sheep and animals when you're on your way to wherever you want to settle, because you can make food out of that. You're gonna have a bit of a problem getting together some actual sustenance if you hurry and forget all the other stuff. So kill a couple animals, get some pork chops going. Pork chops, food, animals, they're the easiest things to get some early food off of. Die, pig! God. Stop running. There, accept your eventual and hurried demise. I'd like to build near water, so this is already a good spot right here. Let me get up out of the water, however. And already this is kind of looking pretty good because there's some decent flat area around here that I could build out from. Couple of trees around here. Yeah, this looks like it's going to be a pretty decent spot to put my home. So back to what I was doing, let's just try to get some wood together. I've got my little work table set up there, sort of sitting in my hot bar, ready to use when I actually want to sit down and, set up shop. Now, as far as, well, collecting saplings, because you're going to want to do that. As far as your renewables go, you are going to want to collect saplings. I'm not interested at all in oak saplings, and there's a very simple reason for that. As soon as I'm done with this tree, I will pretty much show you, as best as possible, why I don't like to collect oak saplings. And yeah, just simple way to get a tree is take out the bottom two and work your way up. Now, I think we see a pretty good example of it right over here. The reason that I don't like to, oh, my wayflowers, God. The reason that I don't like to get oak trees is because they can grow up into these big, gigantic, knobbly things with just wood everywhere. So I actually prefer to get birchwood saplings for when I actually get around to setting up a tree farm. That's just for the better, really. Birch is a little bit more predictable. The trees never grow out to that kind of crazy upwards and sideways sort of a thing. It never gets up to an amount that you can't just completely destroy the tree from the ground. So, yeah, just birch is my choice for the tree farm, but just for the beginning here, and especially for when I make a door, I will prefer to collect oak wood. Honestly, the wood itself doesn't matter so much in any design factor at all. The only main reason that I don't like to use birchwood for doors is because with any other sort of wood, you can make a door that you're actually able to see through, and that can be important. Hello, sheep. Thank you for sacrificing yourself for the greater good. Now, this is a pretty good looking spot here, actually, to set up a house. Yes, I like this quite a bit, actually. So how this is going to start. First off, clear out the flowers in front of my house here. I don't want them here. And I'm going to build into this. Now let me just go ahead and set my table down outside here, and I'm going to make a wooden mining pick. This mining pick is only going to last a certain amount of time. So here's how I start. I get up against the rock face and I go as far in as possible, which is 5 at any given moment. You can hit 5 ahead, and that is both directly in front of you, the first 2 blocks in front of you, as well as 1 block up, you can reach 5 ahead. Now what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to leave this intact, and I'm going to take this particular piece out, and that's going to be our doorway. So now I feel quite a bit better about things here. I've got some really important stuff set up, and I'm also finding some coal, which is very useful. I'm going to use the coal later, though. I'm not going to use it right now. I also want to make myself a furnace, and I'm actually going to make another one as soon as I've got the proper stuff for it. But actually, I want to have a mining pick that's a little bit better than what I got right now. This is just going to get tossed away. I have no more use. Now, highlighting the stone axe, pressing the number 2 puts it in my number 2 slot, which is where I like to keep it. And I'm going to begin the sideways build. And again, same as before, 5 in any direction. Beautiful. And it's probably a good idea to begin looking into making a few torches here. Now, I've already got some coal going on, so that's great. I'm going to put the torches into my 1 slot. That is my preferred slot for putting torches into. And let me put a torch down right there. Let me go ahead and just double the depth here, because there's coal over here, and that's always a useful resource. You don't have to depend upon coal seams, though. You don't have to depend upon finding coal ore, because you can make your own coal. But if you get your hands on some coal, great. That's a perfect thing to do. Just I'll show you in a minute how you don't have to do that. Just want to make some torches. Several very simple prerequisites for starting off a safe home, and that is that you need some light. You need some light, and you need a door. You need the light because if you don't have the light, the monsters are going to spawn inside your house during the night, and it's going to be terrible and terrifying, and you're probably going to die. But if you've got a door and some light, you are protected from monsters actually spawning inside of your house. Let me go ahead and collect my table. And I'm going to plonk this table down right here, 2 in. And since I've got some more of this stuff, then I'm just going to go ahead and make 2 furnaces. And I'm going to set those down in this corner here. Let me just clear out a little bit more room. I try not to dig away any dirt structures with my pickaxe because that'll prematurely wear it down. And I don't gain any speed advantage for digging dirt with a pickaxe. Alright, so if you've got nothing, if you've got no coal, if you found no coal, you can actually start a fire with 1 block of wood. It won't last very long. It won't last long at all, as a matter of fact, but it'll last long enough to turn 1 chunk of regular-ass wood into a piece of charcoal. And once you've got a piece of charcoal, then that's every bit as good as a regular piece of coal. Now I'm just going to hold back a little bit of this. I'm going to take 8 of those out, and I'm going to go ahead and burn the rest here. Start that off, and that's good for about 8 pieces there. That'll take care of 8 pieces of coal. And now that I have an oak door, I'm going to go ahead and set it in the doorway there. Good. Now I have a safe home. Now I'm completely safe from any sort of worries that might come upon me. And because I am doing this at an accelerated rate, I will go ahead and start to cook the rest of my wood here. Just make it all into charcoal. Bit wasteful, I know, but I'm going to be going out a little bit later on and starting to actually collect some real resources. Alright, good. So, let's go ahead and continue the building out of our house. Remember, 5 in any direction is what I want to do. And this way, you are eventually going to wear your tools down. They're going to break. Keep enough sticks in stock so that you can make more tools. And plonk a torch in this corner. So what I'm basically going to be doing is I'm just going to be going from this end all the way to this end and making my house out of it. You guys don't have to stick around for that. I will come back to you once that is accomplished. Okay, so halfway done with my domicile. Let me just put a torch in this corner, and actually I'd like that one to be right there. Halfway done, and it's already nightfall. So just in the interests of keeping shit going, let me go ahead and just move the coal into the right spots there. Let me go ahead and get some meat cooking, just because I want to have some food ready. And sadly I don't have enough to make a bed right now. But that's okay. I mean, if you're making your home during the nighttime, that's the time you want to be doing it. And this is why I like a see-through door, so you can see what time of day it is out there. Alright, back on into silence until I'm done here. Oh, by the way, I've made a couple more picks, just because I'm having trouble keeping these up. I might want to use up that wood pick just as sort of a last resort, actually. Not so much as a last resort. I'll just use it up so that it's not wasted. Be back soon. Alright, so I have completed the basic framework for my domicile. It's a little bit ugly and patchy and whatnot, but for functionality's sake, it's fine. I'll probably go through here later on clearing out the floor and replacing it with dirt so I can have a nice grass carpet inside. I'll also go ahead and mine out this coal. There's a couple reasons for mining coal. Number one, well, you get coal out of it, and that's really important for if you want to smelt stuff and cook stuff and have torches. But it's also really important because it's a great way to actually get yourself some experience. And you're going to probably want experience later on because enchanting is a thing. And I used to say this to myself. Please believe me, I've said this to myself before. I don't need enchanting. It's stupid as shit. But the truth is, enchanting is amazing, and you definitely want it. You want to have enchanting. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's just the best way to get really good tools and not have to worry about so much the stretching out of picks, because you're gonna have a lot of trouble finding diamonds at some point. And if you can make one pick last much longer by putting enchantments on it, you want it. So definitely try to get those experience levels up. So the night is still going on there, and I might as well go ahead and start one other thing that I always include in the building of my house. I'm going to start off the section where I'm going to be putting my mine shaft, and we'll cover that in another episode or so. I'm not going to necessarily begin to mine just yet, but I am going to get this spot set aside for where I intend to begin mining. So let's just take stock of what we got. The sun is actually coming up right now, so let's just give it a few minutes here to actually get to full zenith, or at least to the point where zombies are burning. We can kind of hear them shuffling around outside as we speak. Take stock. Alright, when you start to hear that, basically the skeleton getting burnt, or like repeated sounds of monsters getting hurt, that means it's daylight. So good, wonderful, wonderful. And that was us surviving the first night. So we're going to go ahead and call it a part for here right now. I want to thank everybody for watching. Once again, I am Alex, also known as Solemnus Dracone, and this has been Moincruft Survival Mode. Thank you very much, and goodbye.